Hey guys, John from UWUcorp here. Today we're gonna have something a little bit different. It's just gonna be me today. It's just gonna be me. But I think that today would be a really good time to talk about one of the seasonals that came out and just finished a few days ago. I'm pretty sure it was. It was one that I had kind of medium expectations for. Nothing too much, nothing too high. I did not like it. It sucked. It was bad. It made me furious. It made me upset. And the seasonal anime I'm talking about is The Dreaming Boy is a Realist. So for those of you who don't know what this anime is about, it is a standard cliche rom-com where the guy and the girl, they kind of like, they didn't really grow up together, but they went through middle school together. And this main character, he went and he was like madly in love with this girl. Let me find her name. Natsukawa. So he was madly in love with Natsukawa from middle school because she was like this like amazing, beautiful girl, super nice, had like this kind of aura around her where she's like the popular girl. She's the one that people really like. And she gave him attention. And he fed off that and was like, I'm gonna ask her out consistently. I'm gonna be very, very persistent. That's just kind of how it's gonna go. At some point, she got really, really annoyed and wanted absolutely nothing to do with him, which is very based because if I was a girl in that situation, I wouldn't want that either. Even though people say persistence is key, that is not the case. Do not trust that. Persistence with caution. Like, don't overdo it. I think we can just probably go through like the basic plot. I think the basic plot we can do. So what happens is, so at the beginning of the anime, we're introduced to this main character, which is, we're just gonna call him Sajo, because I'm pretty sure that's his last name, Sajo. We're gonna go with Sajo, right? So Sajo is the main character. Sajo is the main guy. And he's in love with this girl named Natsukawa, who went to middle school with him. They kind of like went to high school together, and he kept following her, trying to give him like all the attention that like she would ever want from him, which is kind of odd. And they have a best friend named Ashita. Ashita was so much better than this Natsukawa. I'm just gonna preface this. Natsukawa is a fucking asshole. I fucking hate her. She sucks. Not even like I don't like her. She was a bitch. I do not like her. She sucked. She was and I'll get some more why I hate her, like as we go on, because I'm gonna rant. This is 100% gonna be a rant. So the whole entire time, he's trying to get with her like the first couple of episodes, but then she tells him like, "Nah, fuck off. I don't want you because you're fucking weird, and I don't want to deal with that." And I'm like, all right, you know, fine. I kind of like that. That was cool. That was nice. So the main character, Water, Sajo, whatever, he's like, "Oh, I'm sad now. I don't know what to do now." So instead, as in like every basic rom-com, all of these girls flock to him the second like the girl that he likes denies him. So first we get, I don't even remember her name, we get somebody who's trying to make another guy jealous because they broke up. She was better than Natsukawa. And then we ended up getting, I think we got the disciplinary girl, which was Shinomiya, which is by far best girl, by the way. By far best girl. Upperclassman, by far best girl. I don't care. That one and his sister are peak. Absolutely peak. So they get with that. He helps out with the girl who's trying to make her boyfriend jealous, and then we go to the disciplinary girl who is awesome, and with the disciplinary girl we go with this other underclassman who's really shy around men, so we go through her, and then we end up going through this girl who's got big honkers, by the way, big honkers, totally looks like a high schooler, absolutely could. The main character mistakes her as a college student. I can 100% see it. Yeah, she's a middle schooler. I'm like, all right, well, that's just anime tropes. Anime tropes. Middle schooler looking way older than she is. That's pretty normal. Kind of off-putting. Kind of sucks, but that's fine. I can make do with that. Then we get to the bookstore where there is a sister. She has a brocon. She's like madly in love with her brother. Doesn't want to give him up like a fucking weirdo. So he has to deal with that. Then we go to before that, we end up messing around with his sister too. His sister's there. His sister has issues and wants him to help him out with that kind of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Overall, very meh. Nothing really stood out. Besides the character Shinomiya and the older sister. That's the only thing that stood out to me. Nothing else stood out that whole entire, like, 10 episodes. And during this entire time, Natsukawa is like, he's not paying attention to me anymore. What am I gonna do? I have nothing left now. Nothing's right anymore. Because she's fucking stupid. This whole thing is stupid. So as the story goes on, she gets more and more annoyed that like he's not with her and that he's like hanging out with like other people, and she's like, I kind of miss him now because I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all of his attention. She is stupid. She's absolutely dumb, and I hate her. So at this point, I was not a big fan of her. I was way more of a fan of her best friend, because she's a wing woman. She's like, ooh, I can spice some things up here if I really wanted to. I'm so down for it. She's great. But yeah, so Natsukawa is starting to feel jealous over him paying attention to like other females and hanging out with other females because she sucks. So like second to last episode comes around. The guy's like, he's decided to move on. He's like 100%, I am done. I am satisfied. I'm just going to help people and I'm going to better myself. I'm like, you go, you Chad. And then this main character, Natsukawa the bitch, decides to come back. She decides to come back after all this and search for him during like the prepping of the school festival when he's like helping everybody. She like searches for like the whole entire day for him. That's all she wants to see is him. So eventually she runs into him and she's like, oh my god, I'm so flustered. Bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. She's like, we should hang out someday. We should hang out one day. I miss you. I don't hate you. And then the guy's like, so instead, what the guy should do is just absolutely be like, nah, you wasted my time. Fuck you. I'm going to go do my stuff. And then she leaves, and then she chases him more. That is 100% what should have happened. That would have made it so much better, because I would have flipped the roles and it would have been great. I would have been so happy with that. But instead, this main character is like, oh, she came back for me. She doesn't hate me. Oh my god, maybe I got a chance. It's fucking dumb. It is so stupid. Oh my god, it makes me so mad. It makes me so angry. And that was the second last episode. The last episode, they hang out. Him, Natsukawa and Ashida, the best friend, they hang out at Natsukawa's house. All the way up to this, she never wanted to invite him over because he's like kind of creepy, which I understand. Yeah, so she invited him over, and they all hung out. And she always avoided it because she thought he was like kind of weird and off-putting, which I think is fair. I 100% think that is very reasonable considering what he was doing. But then like they start like going back and forth. They start flirting more, like out of fucking nowhere. There was no build-up. It was just straight up out of nowhere. They just started flirting, and the best friend's like, hoo, look, there's something cooking up, and she's trying to like push it forward, which I respect. I respect that. That's cool. However, how are you going to do that in like one episode? How are you going to go from 10 episodes of she absolutely hates this guy to, oh, maybe I really do like him, and just like completely shift everything in one episode? Like, what was the point of the 10 episodes? The 10 episodes did nothing. Yeah, she got jealous. Who gives a shit? It's stupid. The last episode pissed me off. It made me angry. I got triggered. And if there was a recording of me watching that last episode, you would have seen me yelling at my computer screen because I was so mad. About what was unfolding. So they hang out, they do all that kind of stuff. After they hang out, they walk home, and she's like, instead of just letting the guy and the best friend walk each other home, she's like, I'm gonna escort him because it's fucking stupid. So she's like turning a new leaf in the span of like 15 minutes. Dumb. So she goes back and she's like walking him back or whatever. Ashida, the best friend, realizes I can make this a situation. So she leaves. She's like, all right, I'm going home, bye. She leaves. It's just them two now. I'm like, all right, well, I already see where this is going. They're walking home. They're doing all that kind of stuff. It's like quiet. It's awkward. I'm pretty sure they stopped somewhere, but like on the way home, I think like he's like he does the I'm gonna look at her hand. I'm gonna look at her hand, and then I'm gonna try to reach out, but now I'm too shy. I don't want to do that. That's gonna like push boundaries. She looks at it and she's like, oh look, he's trying to hold my hand. Oh, look at him trying to work up the courage to touch me because I kept him away for so goddamn long because I thought he was so annoying. But now I'm turning over a new leaf, and now I'm so accepting of this because I don't have that attention that he gave me anymore because she's stupid. So instead she reaches down and grabs like his pinky finger or something. It was super dumb. It's supposed to be super romantic. It was stupid. And then like he like smiles and they like, oh, blush or whatever, and then they hold hands and they walk home. I'm like, it made me so angry. It made me so mad. Like, why are you turning over like that? Like, I know this is like a one season thing, but like the shift from the first 10 to the last 2 was so drastic in my opinion that it made absolutely no sense. Like, you had like the slow burner pace, which is normal in a cliche rom-com. Nothing was super special about it, but In those last 2 years, like, nah, throw that shit out the window. I'm just gonna like speed this shit up and make it unbearable to watch for people who've seen romance a lot, aka me. And then the next day, they go to school, and guess who's waiting at the gate for them? Oh, lots of cows over there sitting all shy, like, oh, I waited for you. We're best friends now. I fucking hated it. Oh my god, I was so mad. I was so livid. I was yelling. I was physically yelling at this main character to stop. I wanted to stop this anime, but I was 11 episodes deep, and I had no reason to stop, and it made me so mad. I was so pissed. This shit was stupid. It was a garbage show. I had it at possibly a 5. I think a 5 to like a very, very extremely low 6 before the last episode. In the last episode, I gave it a goddamn 3 because it pissed me off so much that I just absolutely hated the ending. It was awful. I was like, how do you make this? How do you make the main heroine of a show so unbearable and so stupid? And like every other side girl is so much better than her. But yeah, he's so I don't get it. If that was they just made me mad. It made me angry. It was awful. It was stupid. I hope this never gets a second season, because if it does, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to be extremely unhappy if this gets a second season, because there are so many shows out there that deserve a second season way more than this one. Oh, Adachi to Shiramura deserves a second season. I don't know about the novel for Remake Our Life, but I really, really liked Remake Our Life. I think that would be a great second season. The drama was so much better. Citrus can absolutely get a second season. Please, I beg you. Get a second season. Make it about Citrus Plus. I don't care. It'll be great. I'll absolutely love it. I would not be the only one. Ryan would also love it. We're married but not yet lovers. Or lovers but not yet. Yeah, we're married but not yet lovers. Fufu deserves a second season. God tier. Absolutely God tier. That deserves a second season. 150%. It's not even a great series, but it was way better than this. A Couple of Cuckoos deserves one. Like, and that's not even like saying anything, because A Couple of Cuckoos is like a very, very mid show. Nothing was special about it. It had 24 episodes for some goddamn reason. But even that deserves a second season over this if it gets one. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be livid. And I will definitely make another video about me ranting why this shouldn't deserve a second season if it gets one. Mark my words, it will happen. Yeah, so that was my interpretation of The Dreaming Boy is a Realist, and how shit it was, and how bad it was, and how it doesn't deserve anything in the world besides a 3 or lower on Mao. And the fact that it has a 6.61 means that people are stupid, and that more people should watch this to tank it because it wasn't good. I'm not saying it's the author's fault. Maybe it's just the way it's adapted. But if this was how it was in the light novel, I have some questions and some concerns, because Natsukawa just sucks. She was the worst part about the show, besides the show just being extremely mid and just not fun. It was just boring. There's like a range between you can go with cliche and it still be entertaining, and then not cliche and it being boring. And this was cliche and extremely boring, and it was not good. It wasn't good. I thought it was pretty shit. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Let me know in the comments if you guys watched this. Let me know what you guys think about it. I know Dealer watched it. Dealer also thought it was shit. Shout out to Dealer. Yeah, it was bad. It was really, really bad. If you want more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week on Monday. UWUcorp out. Woo! Why'd I do that? Ryan, you fucking suck. See, Aqua, was this show good? It wasn't good? Nah, I agree. It wasn't good. It was awful. See, even Aqua thinks so. Take her opinion over mine. But she thinks it was bad too. My loving wife. This is on the internet now, and I feel very ashamed. No, I don't feel ashamed. If I had shame, I wouldn't be doing this in the first place.